Let's do it. The servers are screwed again. We have played 3 conquest games, won all 3, and only 1 counted. Which means it is now time. It is now time to play some franchise. And we are set for a very, very interesting offseason here, chat, for both of our squads at this stage. Let's get right down to business, shall we? Move us down here a little bit. So, for the Expos, some big contracts here that are due. Some big contracts that are due. First and foremost, though, with the staff. However, for the first time, I think, you guys don't get preferential treatment with staff hiring. I do. So, let's go first with the Rockies to figure out who the hell I'm going to hire. How delightful. So let's see, I need a hitting coach and then the other 3. So for a hitting coach, hello, Randy Payton. -3 drag bunting, nobody cares. Yeah, it's got to be Randy Payton. Yep, Randy, come on down. Good one, Randy. Whoops, 4 years, $2 million per. See if that's enough. First base coach. Ooh, so many +3s, but a -3 for Weber. I don't like the minuses. I don't like the minuses. Herb Valentine. Herb. Let's give you $5 million. Sparky Anderson, baby. Oh, hey, look, it's your old base coach, Terry Bradshaw. He's mine now. He's coming over to a winning organization. And for the farm director, what are we going to go for the old farm director? Who's going to lead the way on this farm? Let's see. I will take that guy who has the -1 durability because that +3 stamina, +2 velocity is sick. So, Ernie Grimm, come on down. So those are my attempt at staff hirings for you guys with a hitting coach. Honestly, your best bet is either Eric Duncan, -2 to bunting, but you get 2 discipline, 2 vision, 3 power. Honestly, it is that dude. Yeah, Eric Duncan. Let's go for the dunk. And again, aside from that, okay, you have a third base coach. Pitching coach. Pitching. Lee Edler, who you had before. Honestly, I think your best bet here might be, I mean, probably Odell. Or Tom McMahon, because it's only a -1 to stamina, but everything else goes up. Or it's Brian Curtis. For Jake Hammock. Again, pretty much just hiring who the hell I'd hire if I were you guys because they're the best available. Alright, first base and a farm director. First base and a farm director. Casey Gorzelski. Go for that guy. Probably won't be anybody better. And for the farm director, if you could attend any professional draft, what would it be? I actually fucked up here. There's an incredible farm director that I could have gone for. However, I'm going to go for him because I get preferential treatment, dog. Tookie, that's not a rule. I don't care. I'm going after Rojas. Suck a fat one. So let's see. Let's have you guys go after Grimm. And I will go back over here. Go to Mr. Grimm. Withdraw my offer. I'm going after Rojas. Are we past the Rule 5? Nope. Rule 5 is still to come. If I could attend any professional sports league draft. I mean, obviously, it's between the NFL and the NHL. I'd probably go with the NHL. Ah, man, the NFL draft, though. Booing Goodell. I'll probably go for the NHL draft because in the NFL draft, the Patriots are obviously historically very unlikely to make a first-round pick. So, yeah. All right, for you guys here, big decisions to be made. Big decisions, and allow me to show you what I mean. You have 2 starting pitchers here that, honestly, you should probably just qualify both. You have Tanaka and you have Vines. You don't really need either at this stage. You have pitchers that are better. I think, honestly, with both, you qualify them, try to see if somebody else signs them to get you stuff, and then you move on. And actually, Tanaka, you can't even qualify. So, honestly, Henry Tanaka, you guys should probably drop $8 million bucks. $8 million per. I think you drop Tanaka. He's not even in your top 6 anymore. Honestly, too, with Vines qualifying him, I don't think it'll work. So, Henry Tanaka and Jace Vines are the first 2 guys that you guys are actually going to lose. Indeed, Coasty, we are on franchise because the servers are dog shit. So for the first time, a team loses somebody. You guys will drop Jace Vines, who was your first ever Rule 5 pickup, and Henry Tanaka. Vines wouldn't fetch you extra picks, so I'm probably not going to qualify him because he's a 77. He won't get signed. Full minor roster week. Very nice. Good thing is we're in a series where I didn't have to care too much about that. So Vines, all time, 39 wins, 95 losses, and a 4.31 ERA in his tenure with Montreal. 8.3 cumulative WAR and a 4.62 FIP. Damn. 39 wins out of 189 or 198 starts. Henry Tanaka is out. And Jace Vines as well, again, your Rule 5 pickup. 255 appearances, 33 wins, 103 losses, 3 saves, 1 blown, 4 holds, and a career ERA of a 4.9. A career WAR of an 8.4, and a FIP of a 4.55. So those 2 will basically be dropped. Again, with Vines, the qualifying offer would be $22 million. It's not even worth risking actually having him signed to that. Those 2 are going to be dropped. However, then we get to the 2 others. All right? Stanley Cup Final or Super Bowl? Do I get to know the matchup ahead of time? Is it the deciding game? That's the big question. Chat, big question here, so pay attention. In terms of your outfield, you have Will Benson, who wants $13.5 million a season. It's not that bad. Meisner wants $13.5 per season. Not that bad. However, your outfield as it stands: Armas, Chavez, Gage is on the way up, and you could argue should be a major leaguer this year potentially, if not next year. Meisner, Carroll, Tejera, Benson. There is the argument here for both Benson and Meisner to let them go and try to get compensation picks for them. If you drop those 2 and they sign elsewhere, your outfield becomes Carroll, Tejera, and Armas, Chavez as well, with Derek Gage on the way up. Bruins Stanley Cup Final Game 7 at home or the Patriots Super Bowl at home? Patriots Super Bowl, because as we know, the Bruins do fucking terribly in Game 7s on home ice. Well, I mean, Mac, you guys could sign them to those cheese contracts, but you're risking stunting the development of other players. It's not so much do you have the money to afford them. You do. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do money-wise? Unless you're condemning... Because if you look at the outfield for this season, if you keep Benson and Meisner, who else is on the roster? Armas and Chavez? Like, you're allowed 2 others. Which means out of Armas, Chavez, Carroll, and Tejera, 2 out of 4 have to be in AAA. Because you just don't have the space. So I think we're going to have to run a poll here. we're going to have to run a poll in terms of what to do with Benson and with Meisner now that you know the other two were going here. So it will be a straw poll. It will be a straw poll. So it'll be keep Benson, keep Meisner, keep both. And whatever wins, wins. The link is in chat. Vote if you would. We'll see what you guys do. But again, Tanaka and Vines, just out of the fact that you guys have plenty of starting pitching right now, those two got to go. How old are they? I mean, it was on the screen for a while, Mac, but you were too busy saying, do the thing. 30 and 29. You gotta pay attention, Mac. You gotta pay attention. Oh, let's see. What is it going to be is the question. And judging off of the early results, it's going to be just keep Benson. Keep neither option. Fair. Fair. You're right. You're right. It did. You're right. It did. Yeah. You know. Hey, we'll redo it. We'll redo it. That way, if people want to change their opinion, they can. Keep Benson. Keep Meisner. Keep both. And keep neither. There you go. Muted. A new poll in chat. A new poll because people always have to be indecisive. So yeah, keep neither is now there. Just for muted. Just for you. So I will allow you guys to vote for what you should do there. I have my own roster I got to take a look at here really quickly. And Lee Anthony is about to get paid. Okay, here we go. Well, as we discussed... Danny, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. As we discussed, we will pretty much be cheesing the contracts with our big players. I'm going to backload this bad boy. Give him a player option. Oh, shit. Backload, ace, player option, 15 years, and try to lower that money a little bit. Try to lower that money for Lee Anthony. That way we can keep our ace long term. $450 million to keep Lee Anthony. And then I got to look at my own roster situations here for starting pitchers. Honestly, Cedeno might not be the most needed guy in the world. He's also 28. I mean, if it ends up being a tie, then I spin the wheel. And you guys leave it up to chance. So, Seth Beer, 13 million. That's not too bad. He's 31. Coming off of a 28 home run season. He is down in overall. Is it better to try to get something for Cedeno? Damn. And in the infield, I need to keep Bobby Jensen for sure. Maybe not for sure, but I'd like to keep him. For the outfield, I mean Chen, Tucker, Borden, Osuna. I do have people on the way up. Seth Beer could be a little bit expendable. Granted, having a guy named Beer who plays at Coors Field is amazing. Oh no, Mac, there's no runoff. If it's a tie, it goes to a wheel spin. No runoff voting. Steven Chen is Major League ready now. I think I let go of Seth Beer for the sake of player development. I like him. It's a great name with great meme potential. I mean, he has been very, very good for me. 162 homers, 485 RBIs. But I think I need to qualify Seth Beer. Same for Dominique Cedeno. I just want to see if I can get something for him, and if I can't, then so be it. But we'll tender both of those guys there. Bobby Jensen is coming back. And already Bobby Jensen is going to be looking at getting one of these ridiculous contracts, or not. Alright, after any... I guess it'll be a 2-year deal. Yeah, 2-year deal is about the best we can do. Alright, Bobby. Let's see what we can do here. It says 10.4 should be enough, but not really. I'll give Bobby Jensen 12 a year for the next 2 years. That's fine. Again, Lee Anthony. Anthony, the longer the deal, the more interested he is. That's fair. Honestly, a 10-year deal instead of a 15 might not be the worst. Just because he's 25 and by age 35, he might be declining. So I can give him a 1-year deal. Or I can give him, you know, a 10-year deal, essentially. You know, I might as well actually, instead of that huge deal, I'd rather pay him... Well, actually, I can't even pay him enough. I'd still be paying him $31 million a year. All right, Jensen. Let's do this. 10 years instead of 15. Or Jensen. Anthony. $300 million over 10 years. For my ace. And then Alejandro Zepeda. I know I want to keep around. He's not quite what we thought he would be. But that is okay. And a 9-year deal at his age would be ridiculous, but he'll probably retire before then. Backload it to keep more money around. It's a risk, but I'm not against it. Maybe $4.4 million a year. Let's try it. So, we have sent the offer to Bobby Jensen, Alejandro Zepeda, and Lee Anthony. I'm going to try to let go of Seth Beer and Dominique Cedeno to bring in extra draft picks, as much as it hurts. But I mean, again, Beer is 31 years old already. He was a Rule 5 pickup. One of my better power guys, but it just seems like the right time. I mean, there was already a little bit of regression for him. So then we get to the poll option. The final result, it is official. Both Benson and Meisner are leaving. Done deal. You guys will qualify both in an attempt to get extra draft picks. Both are on the way out, as are Tanaka and Vines. Done deal with the poll results. So, an off-season of change, to say the least, for these teams, as Eric Duncan's on as my hitting coach. Or your hitting coach, Terry Bradshaw's on. Goth, what's going on? As all of those offers have been accepted, except for Grimm. Denies the Expos. Alright. Looks like my two guys accepted their offers, so I got some big money players out there. Big money players. Steve Robbins. So I'm going after Rojas. Steve Robbins. Or Bronson Lucas. Let's just go after Robbins here. As your option there. We march on. Alright, so we get to this stage, and for Montreal, Tom Bowers needs to be put onto the 40-man. James Ono does not. Salazar, the closer, does, as does Mitchell. Now's the time where we start getting worried about losing players to the Rule 5. From the looks of it, though, you should be okay. I mean, unless it's going to cheese it and be like, hey, actually, there was someone good who's not there, but you guys should be fine. In terms of the arbitration deals, Eduardo Garcia, one of your shortstops, 3.2 for the next 3 years is the game plan with him. You guys are still looking at a crap load of money available to you. I mean, really, both teams are. So, Walmart still has WWE Network cards for sale. I mean, hey, perfect gift for your friends in Canada. Eric Carvajal, let's go 3 years at 3.8. Hopefully September call-ups don't result in him being sent down again for you guys. Andreas Tejera, 3 years at 3.3. So this upcoming draft is going to be very interesting, depending on how these signings go down, if both teams end up with a lot more compensation picks. And we'll get to that draft tonight as well. I mean, we'll do the Rule 5, but we'll definitely get to that entry draft coming up. Let's see, 2.8 for Napoleon Silk. And then Salvatore Armas, 3 years at 2.6. In terms of arbitration. Alright, cool. And then your actual contracts to worry about. Let's see what we got here. So on right, Valentin is one of yours. Thomas Ness is also one of yours. And again, I gotta take Meisner and Will Benson off of the list for you guys, which is just bizarre. And then for myself, I almost forgot, but we need to take Seth Beer. And I hate to see Seth Beer go. And I also need to take Dominique Cedeno off the list. You suck. Tell me about it, buddy. I'm well aware. Oh, let's see. Thomas Ness. Go ahead and sign him too. Salinas and Acosta are not yours. In center, Rene Perez. Sign him up. Ramos and Crump are not yours. Derek Gage needs to be signed. Rocco Trayer needs to be signed. Scott does not belong to you guys. Jose Ibanez is a shortstop of yours. Save some money there. Josh Spear. And that's it, because the only other third baseman is Jones. Watson and Batista, no. Lucas Ashley, one of your most disappointing players. Alexis Sanchez, not that one. Etherington, Diaz. Okay. And for catchers, it's still just Delgado and Pena. And for your closer, Zeke Drew, who was your Rule 5 pickup last year. Felipe Salazar. Ashley is now 25 years old. Let's see, we got Rufus Rios. Drop him down to a 1-year deal to save some money. Rod Hennessy. Go down to a 2-year deal to save some money. Jose Calderon, point guard of your Toronto Raptors. Prado. Prado is yours too. John Hick is yours. Actually, I just want Sirius Sanchez. Crazy, isn't it, muted? Trowbridge is yours. Ben Calderon is also yours. The 2 Calderons. Harper. No Harper on the list. For relievers, Hidalgo is yours. Davis is yours. North Santana Castilla. Nope. And then for starters, Tommy Bowers, who will probably make the majors with you guys this year. I feel like that's a safe bet. Duncan Ponce. Save some money. Anthony Mitchell. John Sisk. Aguilar is also yours. Edmondson is yours. Mark Burdett is yours. Scott Hesh is yours. Francesco Silva's yours. All right, cool. So you guys are done. In terms of contracts, then we await to see how the re-signing goes there. And for your Rockies, I need to add Hipburn to my 40-man. Is Vladimir Ruiz mine? See, Pokemon Go knows. Well, representing the Bruins fans. I need to add Vladimir Ruiz to my 40-man as well. Jose Guerra. Oh, boy. Getting in trouble with having to add people to the 40-man here. Okay, aside from that, I look good. Arbitration, James Borden. Oh, boy. 3 years at 3.2. Star player for me. Look at James Borden. Holy shit. The Stinger. He's looking good. I'm going to tell the Stinger to hit some dingers. It's going to be great. 3.2 for Borden. Rhys Hines. Let's go down to 3 years at 2.7. Muted. I would play a man called Sting if I wouldn't get copywritten for it. 2.7 for Hines, Hins, whatever it may be. Done and dusted. Braxton Ashcraft. Down to 3 years at 2.3. So I have definitely spent more money than you guys because of Lee Anthony's max contract. Having to pay my ace like an ace is hurting the available money. Andreas Marte. Let's go 3 years at 3.9. Which was a slightly faster way to do this, but what are you going to do? I'm sure who don't copyright at this point. Fair. Fair enough. Ryan McIntyre is also mine. 2 years at 4.8. That is probably an overpayment, but hey, we'll do it for now. Yeah! Do it for now. Endo! It is good to see you, sir. How are you? Welcome to the servers are awful, so we're on our home base of franchise mode. You know how it is. Does the morale get worse if they're not getting paid as much as they expect? Yes, I believe that's still a thing. I still feel blah. That is unfortunate, sir. Will Shin, 3 years at 2.6. Let's pay Will Shin that money. All right, and then for the other contracts, in right, we have Steve Alfaro, who is terrible, but I'm still going to sign him. Dave LaFave, who is terrible, but I'm still going to sign him. Francisco and Santiago are not mine. Beautiful. Did I give up on the Sabres? No. Episodes are being up. There was an episode out on YouTube today. I just haven't played it on Twitch for a little bit because I'm waiting. Because MLB is here. I can't shout myself out rude. Apparently not. Here, Endo. Here, I got you. It's because you did the at Endo Mills. Endo, you don't have to do that. Just do shout out without the at. Let's see. We got McKenna. We got Trimble.
Oh, good
Left.
for you.
Turk and Dev. Thank you for the follow. McKenna, Trimble. You guys are awful. The worst. Steven Chen, my new left fielder. Sign him up. Kirkpatrick. Sign him up. Dudley Boyce. Sign him up. Perkinson. Also mine. Boone Stacy is not, nor is Harrington. Didn't see uploads. Robo, it's all good. But yeah, no, we'll be back with the Sabres soon enough. Soon enough, we shall be back. Harrington's not mine. Ordonez is. Bob Keane is. Piedra is not. At third, Collado. Sign him up. Cowan and Batista are not mine. Second base, Cam Ramos. Goff and Molina are not mine. At first, Austin Marquez. Big Rule 5 pickup. Save some money on him. Jason, don't call me, or Justin, don't call me Scoot Tatum. I always go with Jason Tatum. Sandoval's good, and then a catcher, Dwayne Burns. We don't need David Palmer. We need Palmer, but not David. Robbie Gerard, gotta sign you. Pete Maddox, gotta sign you. Charlie Brown, gotta sign you. Junior Gill, and Bryce Bauer. Relievers, Andreas Arejo, Rule 5 option last year. Tim Gross. Sign him up. Davos! Davos! Endo and Davos, the friendos. Throwing support our way. You'll love to see it. How are you, Davos? We will get you back in Mario Party one of these days. Spencer Batson. Save some money. Vladimir Ruiz. Ronaldo. Dawson. Staples. Definitely save some money on Staples. Romeo Hippern. Lee Pedroza, John Ortiz, Chris Valenzuela. All right, cool. I think both teams are set up. So we should pretty much be good to go to head straight to the Rule 5 sooner rather than later. Steve Robbins rejected the Expos to go to the Mets. What a goof. 97 overall catcher to the Blue Jays. Keibert Ruiz to the Cardinals. Excited for the daily server maintenance that won't fix anything. Pretty much. Davos, how are you, man? 97 overall to the Twins. A lot of high 90 overalls here. Good lord. You guys still need a farm director. Let's try Bronson Lucas. And need to get Davis onto your 40-man here. I don't think we have anything else to worry about. Let's keep going. There you go. You guys got Lucas. Nick Senzel to the Tigers at 33 years old. Muted. Good stuff, buddy. Wishing you and your family all the best. There we go. Rojas is finally on. Michael Bush on the move. Dakota Hudson. Robert Poisson. Corbin Burns. Man, imagine if the Dodgers had, like, Corbin Burns of today. Screw that. Alright, we are still waiting for certain players to accept their contracts. We will march on. And that's why we're still waiting. Because I always forget to release players. Oh, let's see. So overall for Colorado, let's get rid of Howard, Isler, Sandoval, Santiago, Ames, Batista, Francisco. Catcher, yeah, I got booted twice out of 3 attempted games played, so we switched over to franchise for a bit. Win 3 games, only one of them counted. It was great. I was having a great time. Alright, there we go. Roster should be good in terms of having enough people. Let's see what we got. Brett Martin to the Mets. Will Benson is back with the Expos. He did not sign elsewhere. So you guys get Will Benson back. No compensation picks for him. As well as Cameron Meisner. Wow. Not one team signed either of those boys. They will be back. Seth Beer is going to be back with the Rockies next year. All right. Well, our idea of getting compensation picks on both sides has absolutely blown up in our face as all 4 players re-sign with their clubs. That is a whole lot of money going to those guys. The good thing is we can afford it, as Kevin Biggio has been reacquired by the Blue Jays from the Phillies. Alright, so you still got arbitration going on, but there are certain dudes here that haven't signed yet. First one is Rufus Rios. Let's go 1 year. I offered $750. 1 year, $1 mil. And then Calderon. Pay him more money to get that deal done. Nobody else was offered. And then for myself, holy shit, that's a lot of dudes who haven't signed. Uh-huh. Right. Well, let's see what I can do about that, huh? I have to throw out some more money here. Now, obviously now we both have a lot less money to use. Still have plenty to get these deals done, but a lot less money to use to sign players now that we have a bunch of dudes making a crap load of money for 1 year. Carlo, we definitely need to sign you. Dawson. Just give these dudes a whole butt ton of money. Get those contracts over and done with. Jansen on the move. Glasnow to the Dodgers. Packard to the Dodgers. What the hell, man? The Dodgers are crushing this offseason. A lot of money they're throwing around. Jimenez to the Braves. Alright, so the Expos not in danger of losing anybody. The Rockies, not so much. Batson is probably going to make me have to fucking trade for somebody to get this deal done. I don't get what the fuck these guys are doing. Kirkpatrick here. I will literally just throw all the money in the world at your face. Both of you. Just stop this bullshit and sign, for the love of God. Hampson traded to the Red Sox. Alright. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'll definitely have to check the rosters to make sure neither side happen to be missing any players, so that'll be fun. Actually, with that, we should get that raffle up and running. So it'll be time for chat to make some picks. So let me get that up and running. So again, chat, as you probably know at this point, it will be a pick for you, a pick for me. We're allowed 2 picks in total. 1 pitcher, 1 position player. To make the pick for the Expos, all you have to do is type Rule 5 in the chat. Rule 5 in the chat. Let's see what happens here heading towards this draft. Garcia's still holding out for more money. What a goof. Luke and Baker on the move. Alright, so the Rule 5 draft is here. Rockies with the 2nd pick, the Expos with the 12th. So what we'll do, as we always do, is run down each team, each thing to see what you need, and we'll go for it from there. So allow me to make my pick first, and then we'll go through everything. What have I missed? A little bit of Diamond Dynasty that wasn't working. So again, right now, I mean, you can take inventory of who's available, but it's also kind of pointless because they might be gone by the time I get to your pick. But there is a decent catcher here in Engel. But I do have 2 good catchers already. I don't really need another first baseman. Coronado at 2nd wouldn't be the worst option in the world. 26 being a 77. Holdridge isn't that bad. I don't really need a 3rd baseman, though. Can't complain about depth. I was kind of just looking for the best player available. If there are any lights out players, but I don't know. Position player you can kind of give or take. Starting pitchers. Kiki Smallwood. What a name. Johnny Ross, 25C and a 79. 25B and a 78. And Blanco. Ooh, might have to be Frank Blanco here. 25B and a 78, huh? Don't think that's... Ooh, 23B and a 76. Peter Manuel. 23B and a 76, huh? Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat that. A reliever, Russ McDermott. I am going to take my pitching selection first, and with that, I am going to take reliever. It's a bit of a risk, but I'm going to take reliever, 24-year-old, B potential, 77 overall, Russ McDermott from the Dodgers organization. And with that, we will see who is available here for the Expos, and then figure out who is going to get that pick. So again, allow me to take down the list. This is what we're dealing with, right? So again, for catchers, do you need one? Not really. You could get a better backup catcher than Mariano Delgado, but you do have Richard Pena. Again, if you were to go for a different catcher based off of age, potential, and OVR, Dominic Engel is probably your best pick. You could say Klaubauf, but no doubt the best catcher there is Dominic Engel, who has a great beard if you wanted to take a better catcher. Again, I highly recommend writing down players you're actually interested in getting if the pick comes to you to save us time, please, for the love of God. And, yeah, Engel can also play third base. He's a switch hitter. There you go. First baseman. You definitely need a backup first baseman because you don't have one. Your best option, I mean, it's slim pickings, to be honest. Like, you do have players with secondary positions who could make it. But based off of age and their usefulness long-term, you're looking at Kevin Yorman. No secondary positions for him. You're looking at Kerry Chow. That's about it, to be honest. Those are the two best first basemen there. The only problem with Chow is that he's 28, so the potential doesn't even matter. Second baseman. I mean, you could use an upgrade on Julian Chavez, who's been in free fall over the past 2 seasons from a 79 down to a 72. Your best options there, Jared Engel, or Gerald Engel, 25C and a 78. You can also play the outfield spots. Could go for Moses Coronado as well, who can play third base. Those are your 2 best options at second. Third base. I mean, you could use a backup, and there's no denying the best option's Darren Holdridge. Flat out. There's also an argument for Broderick Waterman or Pete Hara, but Darren Holdridge would be your best option for a backup third baseman. Shortstop. You don't need one. You don't. Unless you wanted to bank on one of those guys' secondary positions paying off, which, I mean, Ramirez can play second and third, Ibanez can play third, but there's nobody there anyway. There's nobody there. At least it's worth the risk. In left, I mean, again, you really don't need outfielders either. That's why you tried to let go of outfielders, because you don't have room, and then they ended up coming back anyway. But if you were to take an outfielder, Roosevelt Burden, 26B and a 78, is without a doubt the best in left. In center, nobody tops Burden at a 26B and a 78. Obviously, Castaneda's not as good. And in right, Bud Estrada's an overall better, but he doesn't have the potential. So again, I really wouldn't recommend going with outfielders. You already have a logjam at this stage. But if you were to take someone, Roosevelt Burden's your best option. If you were to take a pitcher, in terms of relievers, which again, you see what you have there for closers, and of course you have Dennis North as well as an actual reliever. But if you were to go for someone, John Abernathy's useful. It's just for how long. Same thing with John Jarvis. Francisco Fernandez could be a little bit usable long term, but he's not that great. Patrick Thorman too, so eh. And then in terms of relievers, again, like Bud Ponder, but he's 28. Felipe Garcia's 27C and a 78. You also have Tommy Chandler, 25C and a 77. So not too bad at all. Just doesn't have the potential to back it up. Platt, kind of a lesser version of him. And I think this was who was pointed out in chat. Dante Nielsen, 23C and a 76 for Nielsen as a reliever. And I don't think there's anybody else in that category. There is not. Aside from Craig Cash. And if you were to take a starter, which again, you probably don't need, but if you were to take a starter, you'd be looking at probably Kiki Smallwood, even though he's 28. Could also be looking at Johnny Ross, who is 25. Henry Lott, same thing. Frank Blanco. You do have options for starting pitchers. Sandy Gaston is there. Noah Durham. Do you really want a starting pitcher, though, over a reliever? I mean, Peter Manuel's there as well. Again, I elected to go for a reliever because I don't really need starters. I don't think you guys do either. So with that, you've pretty much seen the full list of who is available in this draft. So if I say the choice is yours, like say for example, Sarcastic Soap, you should know exactly who you want to take here. And he does. He goes for the first baseman, or third baseman, excuse me, and Darren Holdridge. The Montreal Expos add another third baseman. Behind Frank Jones, it is Darren Holdridge. If I didn't take him, I'm going to get crucified, probably. So there you see old Darren Holdridge. 27 years old, should be useful for a bit. Even if he is as a bench player at this stage. Cannon of an arm. He'd probably be more useful out in the outfield, but hey, what are you going to do? So Holdridge is the guy. I also need a position player. And, God, it's a tough choice. Because in terms of best available, there's not really someone that fits that description. I'm probably looking at just a natural second baseman here. It really is what I need the most. I just don't have room in the outfield either. Yeah. I think, although I think the second, was there a second baseman that I wanted that's gone? I don't even know anymore. Okay, Engel would have to play in the majors, and I don't have space for them with Russ Gore. I'd love to have Engel as an option if Russ Gore wasn't there. We are going to go, I think, for Engel over Coronado. Coronado's a slightly better bat, but the speed of Gerald Engel. We are going to take the second baseman here for the Rockies. It is going to be Mr. Gerald Engel. And that brings us to the Expos. Again, it has to be a pitcher, and the pick belongs to Deeds. Good answer, good answer. This game is still on Game Pass, Gage. At least it should be. Would I ever consider doing NHL 05 franchise? Potentially, but again, the issue with a lot of those old franchise modes is that trading is completely broken. Like, it is so easy to fleece the AI out of all the top players, which is why in the 2K10 full playthrough with Philadelphia, I elected to, you know, limit myself to 3 trades, because otherwise it's just overpowered. See if Mac's lying about the B. He is, because I scrolled down to that overall and there was nobody there of that age and that potential. So I'm not scrolling fucking all the way down again. I went specifically looking for that overall and that dude didn't exist. So I literally saw him. You said he was a 75. I scrolled down to 73s, and he wasn't there. So. It's Nielsen of the imaginary guy. You missed him. I didn't! I went through every... Mac, you want to place money on it? Let's go! VIP versus $5. Let's go. Let's place a bet on this if I'm going to scroll all the way back down. If I'm wrong, you get VIP. All right, it's a bet. Let's go. What did you think he was? How far down are we scrolling? Was he a fucking reliever or a closer? You kept saying reliever. There's no 23-year-old 75 overall guy. He's not there. He's a 76, not a 75, and it's Nielsen. He was 25. You said he was 23. I'm quite sure. What 25-year-old? He said 25. 25B75. Lerma. If you want to take that guy, be my guest. You want to take him, be my guest. Let's scroll back up here. Hold on. Let's see. No, he did actually say 25. I thought he said 23. Yeah, fair enough. I lost the bet. Anyway, if you want to take that guy, feel free. Richie, what's going on, buddy? What's happening? Oh, man of my word. So, Deeds, what are you thinking then? You got the starter in Ross. You got the reliever in Nielsen. What are you thinking for your final pick of this draft? Nielsen could be a decent little boost to this bullpen. Will it be? Will it be? All right, we're going with Nielsen.
Oh, good
Dante
for you.
Nielsen. Grisgold, thank you for the follow. Dante Nielsen is the pick, and that'll do it for the Rule 5 experience, as the Blue Jays ended up with that catcher. So both teams are in a very, very interesting spot here. I wasn't aware that I wasn't following you. It's all good. I've gotten unfollowed from friends' channels and had to be like, I swear I was following you the whole time. So hey, it happens. Birthday dinner. Happy birthday, dog. Yeah, Richie, all good. At least you're able to make the most of it, right? Happy birthday, buddy. How's baseball? Coco, the servers are trash. So we're playing some franchise. So Austin Riley's been dealt for Jordan Hicks. Paul DeYoung to Oakland. Got unfollowed from channels after 8 years. It happens randomly. It's bullshit. O'Neal Cruz to Atlanta. A lot of big names. Wilson Contreras to Philly. A lot of big names on the move. Miles Straw also goes to Detroit. Conforto to the Diamondbacks. Willie to the Diamondbacks as well. Aaron Judge to the Brewers. All right. Austin Hayes to Cleveland. Manny Machado to Tampa. Jesus. Didn't realize Manny Machado was still playing in this. All right. We are good. So off to spring training we go. As per usual, we have a lot of setup to do. Before anything, though, we get to check scout contracts. I get preferential treatment for having the better draft. And to be honest, there's only one dude that I want, Jonathan Stamper over Ben Baroa. Yep, we're good. Then for you guys to optimize your scouts. You guys already have an incredible scouting department. Absolutely incredible, so you're good. So we will see which team is set up the best. We shall see. Because, yeah, goddamn, it's a hell of an offseason.